Alright, so hello, welcome to day 2 of our challenge on Betting Expert, where we're trying to show you what it takes to go from being an average Joe punter like me up to a betting expert, so someone that actually does crack into the tipster of the month standings on Betting Expert. So initially this week is aimed at kind of basic tipping strategy, in the fact that I've not done a whole lot of research into this, but I'm going to try and post some decent predictions for tonight's Premier League games. Before I do, I think it is just worth going over what happened yesterday and the tips that I posted on my profile here. You can follow me on Betting Expert Joe Ryan BE. And yesterday's tips didn't particularly go to plan. So we posted 5 in the video yesterday, and only 2 winners actually came in. So Spurs and Atletico did the business for us. However, Leicester lost to Brighton. Brighton even missed a penalty in that game as well, so not the best of bets. Verona did have a goal disallowed in their game against Napoli, so I might consider myself unlucky in that one. It was a dubious disallowed goal as well, but I won't complain too much. The Benfica Santa Clara game, by the way, I highly recommend you go and check that out if you can. I think highlights are available on YouTube. What a game. 4-3 it ended to the away side. Not many people would have seen that coming. Of course, the betting markets didn't have that. They had Benfica down as the heavy favourites. I thought -1 would have got us a pretty secure, safe winning bet, but that wasn't to be. If you did watch the game, then obviously you were entertained at least, but we had a loser in that one. So we're going to try and rectify things for today's action. And as there are 6 Premier League games, I think it is worth just going through tonight's fixtures and try and find some winners in the Premier League. All right, so we're going to kick things off with Norwich Everton in the Premier League tonight. Now here, Everton are the favourites to win. I mean, looking back, as I mentioned, Everton doing pretty well against Liverpool in their 0-0 draw at Goodison last time out. Norwich fell to a 3-0 defeat at home to Southampton. Didn't look particularly great in that one. And I feel like Everton had their chances as well against Liverpool. They could have nicked it at the end. They hit the post. Richarlison looked pretty sharp considering the break that we've had. So here I do feel that Everton will be too strong for Norwich, and I think they're going to get the win. So yeah, I'm going to just go with a pretty straightforward, easy, full-time result bet tip of Everton to win. You might be able to get even money as well, which would be pretty nice. So this game sees lowly Norwich host Everton, or host an Everton side that should be going in with confidence. After they kept a clean sheet. Against Liverpool. Richarlison looked sharp up front and did create chances in this one. Oh, in that one. That they should convert to goals against a weaker Norwich side. And for me as a Villa fan, I am hoping that Norwich lose, just so that Villa have a chance of not finishing bottom of the Premier League. Anyway, so we're going to go for Everton in this one. Everton to win, the away win at even money. And then we're going to move on to the next Premier League game. Now, if you disagree with any of my tips, by the way, feel free to let me know and get in touch in the comments. We welcome your feedback. The idea of this is to just initially just take some random picks, see how our luck is, based on a little bit of analysis or a little bit of how teams did in the last round. Future editions of the series, so maybe next week or the week after, we're going to actually dig deep into the Betting Expert Academy, try and find out some more techniques that our top tipsters, so those guys in the competition standings that are doing pretty well, how do they approach their bets and their tips, where do they do their research, what stats do they use and what do they focus on with their tips to try and get them up into those top standings. Anyway, as I say, we're going to go with kind of our gut with this one, see how lucky I can be, and then go from there. So Wolves Bournemouth should be a comfortable home win. Don't think we need to dig too deep into that. They're heavily odds on to win. And I feel like, yeah, maybe to try and get some value here, we need to look at the Asian line. So I'm going to go for Wolves -1. Actually, we could even be ambitious, go Wolves -1.5. Yeah, let's do that. So this Premier League clash sees Wolves host Bournemouth. And after a 2-0 win over West Ham, Wolves should be going in with confidence. And I predict they'll win this one by at least 2 goals. It would also be good for my fantasy football team if they do, because I've got a couple of Wolves players in there. But so look out for Jimenez up front. And Jota. Yeah, that's my prediction. So now, because the odds are actually 2-1, I'm not able to stake 10 units, but I'm going to go for 8. Again, it's my gut feel. I'm going to try and trust my gut and go for as big a stake as I can on Betting Expert and post that tip. Okay, the odds have changed, or the provider has changed. And there, that tip is now posted. Yeah, we move on. Newcastle Villa. So Villa is my team that I support. Obviously very disappointing to lose a lead again against Chelsea last time out. Newcastle also looked pretty decent against Sheffield United. Although saying that, I mean, the first goal was a bit of a gift. The Sheffield United defender should have blocked it or cleared it. The very first goal that Newcastle scored. Of course, they did go on to win 3-0, so they looked good in that one. They are the favourites here to win with home advantage, but they're not odds on or anything. So with Villa having to get the win to get themselves out of trouble, they're still going to be in trouble even if they do win. But Newcastle sitting pretty comfortable here in 13th. So I'm going to go with my gut again and feel like Villa, not should get the win, but I'm going to predict that Villa will win. Might need a bit of help though, so I'm going to go for Villa +0.5 on the Asian handicap. I feel like that might be a good bet. There we go. Let's pick that out. Villa +0.5. Yeah, so in this one, we see a side desperate to get a win. Oh, that's why I'm desperate. Desperate to get a win and 3 points to take them out. Relegation zone. Aston Villa did look okay in the first half against Chelsea, taking the lead before once again falling to a higher ranked side. Newcastle now basically safe and not playing for a lot. I favour Villa here, especially with the +0.5 goal on the Asian handicap. Throwing a good luck message again. Now I'm going to stake 10, 8 to 15 odds on. It's essentially, yeah, if you're back in Villa, draw no bet on that one. Sorry, you're back in Villa or the draw on that one. Got that completely wrong. Villa or the draw. Hopefully that one's going to come in. Yeah, so we'll move on to Man United against Sheffield United. So yeah, Sheffield United obviously lost heavily to Newcastle last time out, whereas United drew with Spurs. Should be a comfortable home win, surely. Can't really see any other result. Maybe. Now, what happened the last time they met? So let's look at the stats. Of course, at the moment, yeah, it's hard to look at the form too closely just because there's been such a long break in between these games. So the last time they played was November, ended a 3-3 draw away at Sheffield United, but I can't see much of a repeat of that this time around. So yeah, United to win. Are they going to win by more than a goal? More than one? I don't think so. Looking at their recent form, obviously, yeah, drew with Spurs. And beat City before the break as well. Well, they were showing a decent momentum there as well, weren't they? So yeah, let's side with the markets. Actually, yeah, let's go a little bit more ambitious and say United can win by at least one goal. Got the odds for -1.5. Yeah, let's go for that. Alright, this contest sees Man United host one of the surprise packages. Season in Sheffield United. But here I expect an easy home win. So I'm looking at the Asian handicap market for the value, and Sheffield United lost 3-0 last time out, and I expect another drubbing here. And we're going to go full 10 on that one as well. Yeah, happy with that one. And for the last game in the Premier League today, so those that we're going to see Liverpool Crystal Palace. Now this is going to evoke scenes of a few years ago where obviously Liverpool threw away the title to Palace, but we not expect anything like that to happen this time around. Liverpool maybe looked a bit flat-footed without Mo Salah after the break as well. Yeah, against Everton, they'd be disappointed not to win that one, and they'd obviously be even more disappointed to lose out in this one. Just looking at how the other tipsters are looking at this game, so Liverpool -1.5, just like the bet we did with the Man United game, is probably the best bet. Not a massive fan of both teams to score, even though Everton probably deserved to score up at Goodison last time against Liverpool. I don't expect Palace to do much better than Everton could. I know Palace have been on a decent run themselves actually, but no, Liverpool should be far too strong. Mo Salah should be back as well. I think Robertson's due to be back for Liverpool as well, just to help shore up the defence a little bit more. And maybe obviously more attacking threats as well than maybe Milner was at left back. So Liverpool heavy odds on. Looking at the Asian lines again, we're going to go -1.5. We're going to follow that advice from the top tipster on the game. And we're going to go for Liverpool -1.5. So very much the same as the bet with United against Sheffield United. Here we fancy the home win and by at least 2 goals. So tonight we see Liverpool host Crystal Palace in a game they should comfortably win. The reintroduction of Mo Salah after the enforced break should galvanise Liverpool to get back to their winning ways. And dominate this game. Expect a comfortable home win. More than 2. Yeah, by more than 2 goals. By 2 or more goals. Good luck if you're following the advice. Galvanise. We'll stake 10 on that one as well. And that's it. That's our tips for today, all posted. Let's go back to my profile just to recap those 5 predictions we're posting on the Premier League for tonight's games. So we've got Liverpool -1.5, Man United -1.5, Villa +0.5, Everton to win, and Wolves also -1.5. Let me know in the comments what you make of our predictions. I'll be back tomorrow for another video and more tips and more analysis of my own performance, trying to go from an average Joe up to a betting expert. So let's see how we get on. Fingers crossed, and I'll speak to you very soon. Thanks for watching. See you later.